I grew up totally non-observant. As a senior in Vermont High School, I decided to become religious, and luckily a teacher, David Bernstein, told me if I was serious, then I should go to Israel for the year and study at BMT. I had never been to Israel before, and I did not know what to expect. I had the privilege to be in Rav Benny's year. Frankly, I don't remember much of the content of what we learned, but Rav Benny taught me every second I was with him, and I mean that literally, about all the great needs of a true Torah Jew, including a passionate Zionism based on the love of all Jews, and of course, Am Yisrael, in Torah Israel, Barak Israel. In addition, Rav Benny taught us all about what it means to be a great man, a great husband, and a great father. There is a long list of people that have helped me stand here before you today as chairman of the board of Ahavath Torah. Rav Benny is near the top of that list. Now I'd like to ask Jonathan to say a few words.
Filled up to the big show. We had no idea what was going to happen, and I'm very pleased that everyone turned out. I'd like to thank everyone for making such a great effort to be here on pretty much a 5-day notice. I'd like to thank Rabbi Golden and Rabbi Reitman and the entire local community for allowing us to hold this here. Big Yashikova to Mila Asher and Elliot Watrow for getting the word out and making this such a special occasion. And also to my sister Shira, who put the idea of combining these events and to make such a great opportunity for our Benny and to properly commemorate our Mother's Day at Yartzeit. Quick story, quick Rav Benny story. I had the extreme pleasure of hosting Rav Benny, Sarah, and two of his children just a few weeks ago for Shabbat as he was invited to our shul at East Hill to speak. And he spoke 3 times, and each one was great. So after shul, Friday night after he spoke, we're saying hello to everybody. I see out of the corner of my eye, Rav Benny's talking to one of our congregants, and he's animated, he knows it, it seems like he knows him, and I see a big emotion, and he's saying hi to his children, and everything's going on. And so I forgot about it. And on the way to shul the next day, I said, Rav Benny, what was going on there? You know that guy? You know this guy? You know his family? How do you know him? So he goes, I don't know who he is, but he came over to me and he wanted a bracha. And I think he had 4 or 5 of his children. He wanted me to give each one of them a bracha. And Rav Benny said to me, who am I? Am I chassid? Am I wearing a shringle? It's just me, Benny. He wants a bracha. So of course he gave him the bracha. That was typical reaction to a small talk program. Anyway, tonight's shir is dedicated to honor the 30th Yartzeit, this Yud Aleph year of Mother Joyce Stern, yet to follow by Shmuel Daves or Wonderground. At that time, I was a junior in high school, and after she passed, I was with my dad and my 2 sisters, Shira and Rachel, at home. My grandparents were there, and but Avi, who was 2 years older than me, was, being the oldest in the family, was the first to go away to Israel for the year. And he was at BMT, and we had no close relatives in Israel at the time. But luckily, a good friend of ours, Sam Atzah, who's also here tonight, happened to have been there on a business trip. And we couldn't really get in touch with Avi. It was early Friday morning. And Sammy was able to go to school and get Avi and take him to the King David and relax him and turn news. But so I was concerned about Avi because he's 3,000 miles away. You know, we're here. We're not going to get. My mother wanted to be buried in Israel, so we weren't going to get there for Shabbos and Sunday and take a flight. It was going to be a few days. So anyway, the first time I met Rav Benny, was at the cemetery in Ahavath, and he was standing there and supporting my brother. And it turns out that Ali was not alone at all. He was with family. He spent the Shabbos with the Eisner family. He needed a place to ask questions, what should he do now? And Rav Benny learned with him the Ahavath from the Gesher of Ahavath. And he did very well there. And when we got to the cemetery, there was about 200 students and friends who came out that day. If you were in Israel in 1981, you were probably there. So anyway, 20 years later, Avi and I went back to Israel for the 20th yahrzeit, and of course, Rav Benny arranged for us to have a minyan at the graveside so we could say the Hillman Kaddish. And I just found out last week from Sarah that Rav Benny does visit her grave on more than one occasion. He's been there actually last month. I had no idea. But this type of connection to us is not rare, because everyone in this room can testify. When you reminisce with Rav Benny about the kids that was in your year that year in Israel, he knows where everybody is. He knows about this one and that one. And then you speak about this one guy that you forgot about, you ask him, where is he? And, oh, this one, he's in Givat. I have no idea where this is. And is it in hell? I don't know. I've never heard of it before. And you wonder, like, how does he keep connection with all these guys? And it's amazing that he made this connection, and it responded and resonated throughout our generation, our children's generation. That message lasted with us. The message is open your eyes. That the Gula is all around you. It's not, it's happening right now. These guys are now teaching in schools in places that never existed before. When it was 30 years ago, it was a hill. Now there's a city for tens of thousands of people. So we're not just in the Gula, we are the Gula. It's happening around us every day. And so who can we point to for planting these seeds and fanning these flames of the Gula? Is it some cabinet member or some minister of some sort? No. It's just me, Benny, taking everybody and getting them started here and there and keeping this thought, this belief that the news is all good and it's happening. So it is not just a coincidence. How do you say that you are here today to give us a shear on Yom Ha'atzmaut to a country, and in the name of a woman also that you have never met, but who both owe you so very much. So tonight I ask Rav Benny to give us all a round. And some more Chitzuk and Emunah in Klal Yisrael, Am Yisrael, and Eretz Yisrael, and then we all see together the final Gula speedily in our day. Rav Benny.